there, Julie with FoodStorageMadeEasy.net, and here we are with Grandma Lori. And this year, if you've been following along with us, we are doing an extreme home food storage makeover with Jody's mom and my mother-in-law. And so far we've done the disaster kits and gotten her prepared for an emergency, like a 72-hour kind of an emergency. And now we're working on our 3-month supply of food. So if you've been to our blog recently, we suggest you ask yourself 5 questions when you are getting ready to start that process. So today, I'm just going to ask Lori the 5 questions, and from there make a game plan.
And she didn't tell me them in advance.
She doesn't know what they are, and I told her that she can be truthful. She doesn't have to. There's no right answers. So why do you want to do a 3-month supply of food? What is your goal?
To not get trapped on Sunday afternoon with ingredients missing for the things I'm going to make. I think for convenience in preparing meals.
Okay, so convenience in preparing meals.
Uh-huh.
Now, is an emergency where there's like no power or that kind of thing a reason why you want to do this, or is it just kind of like your everyday foods, normal foods?
I think my perception is that I want it to be useful to me in normal life.
In normal life. Perfect. Okay. What kinds of foods? So when we're planning this, some people will not plan on having any food in the freezer, will not plan on having any food that they can go buy. You know, if you make a recipe that calls for something fresh, they don't want to plan for that. Some people think that freezer foods are good to put in the plan, and they do count what they can put in their freezer. So are there any foods that are off limits that you want to stick to, or are you happy to, you know, how do you want to do that?
Gosh, I don't know. Let's not say that anything's off limit. If some things can be in the freezer, I think we can count that.
And where that comes into play mostly is if you're making spaghetti and you plan, you know, I want to have
meat sauce
or not meat sauce, more than anything is the freezer foods. So we won't limit ourselves.
We'll avoid those. Okay.
Okay. Now there's 3 different ways we can plan this, because 3 months basically is 90 days of food. Some people just they buy something extra every time they go to the store. Mm-hmm. And they don't really plan their meals, and they feel okay with that, and that doesn't stress them out, and that's fine. They're okay. Some people will just kind of like write the meals out, and in our binder, there is in section 3, I'll kind of show it to you and the camera at the same time. Mm-hmm. We have planning pages, which I can go over with you, and there's a video on our site showing you how to use them. So this you can do with a pencil and paper, and you know it's not that intense or too much work to do. And then on our blog we have an Excel spreadsheet where you can plan down to every single part of every single meal and get really serious.
This menu plan on a piece of paper.
Okay, right?
That's good.
All right, and then the last question, or there's 2 more questions. One is how much can you afford each month, and you don't need to answer that, but that's something that you want to think about. Is this something I'm going to spend extra on and get it done really fast, or is it something I'm going to try to do over a slow amount of time? So we don't need to talk about how much you're going to spend on it each month. That's something to think about. And then the last thing is to decide specifically with that money you set aside if you want to shop in bulk, or if you want to get into coupon shopping, or if you want to buy things on sale, or if you know, that kind of thing.
I think once I have the plan, I want to buy it and do it. I don't know that I want to try to wait till things are on sale. Okay. Then I want to feel like it's done.
So you just kind of want to get it over with, get it done, put it in your cupboard,
and then I think I'd watch for it to go on sale to maintain it, maybe.
And that's
things that I know are in it. Once I define what's in it, then I'll say if something's on sale, it will catch my eye.
Okay, perfect. All right. So now that we've answered the 5 questions. We're going to stop filming for a while. I'll make a plan of attack, and I'll put that on our blog, and you can see what exactly for Grandma Lori what fits her style and what she wants to do. And that's the most important thing when you're answering these questions, is what's going to work for you, because if you try to do it, you know, like somebody else, or the way you think is the best way, but that's not going to work for your family, then you end up not doing it. So ask yourself those questions and make a game plan, and we'll be back on the blog with our game plan for Grandma Lori.